There's somebody I'd like you to meet. His name is Keith Ellis Curry Jr. And many years ago, taking with him a rich history in the South, he accompanies his father to a land far away from what he knew, discovering a side of himself many in his position are never privileged to experience. And there he would discover a deep yearning for a worldly education, a desire to know many of God's colorful people firsthand. And this is where we met, Lake and Heath, England. As I sit outside of a restaurant that would later employ the both of us, becoming a historical figure in our story of a brotherly bond, a seemingly confident and ever so cocky young black man approaches me. With an exaggerated look of intimidation and a thick Arkansas accent, he says, "What you know about that t-shirt on your head, boy?" And I knew instantly this was precisely the kind of clown I would become great friends with. And it wasn't just his dry sense of humor that connected us, it was his desire to collect all these personalities around him. Now see, Keith had this way of connecting with people that was unbelievable. He could literally walk out to the middle of a field in a farmhouse full of travelers, and moments later it'd be like they'd known him for years. A trait that I admired most about him. To this day, we reminisce about the impact of those experiences. Eventually, Keith moved away, as did I. Now, he joined the Army, and I joined an elderly grandfather stateside. I spent some time rehabilitating some of my habitual and self-destructive behavior, not to mention healing from a lifetime of moving everywhere. A sobering journey of its own. A few years later, I find myself leaving the great state of Florida and returning to a place I only knew as a child, California. And after some time to reacclimate myself to the western coast of the U.S., the good Lord gives me with an opportunity to reconnect with my long-lost brother. And one night, when I was alone with my newborn son, I received a phone call. And on the other line was a thick Arkansas accent attempting to initiate a poorly executed prank call. And after a short and humorous reunion, I find out that Army retiree Keith is moving to Cali. He quickly joins the California Fire Service and becomes a legit firefighter. And as if that wasn't enough to admire about this guy, he graduates from the San Francisco Film Academy. Both our trials and tribulations persist. Yet this time, uniquely, we are better able to support one another as we weather life's seasonal windstorms. Simultaneously, we set aim on becoming honorable providers for our families. And it hasn't been easy. Neither one of us would claim that we've mastered an inch of it. I've watched my brother Keith become someone I've only heard about in books or movies. I've seen him manifest an identity that he has always dreamed of. And after starting multiple businesses and surviving the brutal nature of entrepreneurship, he has arrived. Not to a final destination by any means, but to a level of resourcefulness and grit, bearing hardships that have brought him an education beyond what any classroom could offer, and his ability to let his intuition and his faith guide him to a level of success that he only wishes to share, creating a legacy of service to others. My mission is to join him in his gratitude and orchestrate an effort to pay it forward. United in spirit and fueled by a divine presence, our mutual goal is ultimately to spread God's love. By sharing wisdom through experience, it is my belief that a message of strength and perseverance will resonate with many. Those who may feel broken or lost might find power and encouragement from the testimony of my friend and brother, entrepreneur Keith Ellis Curry Jr.